Okay, hello. Kyle, thanks for your patience. Hey, Norm, what's going on? All right, we're crashing and burning, but okay. Thanks for your patience. Hey, Norm, what's going on? So there's a lot of stuff going on. So, Kyle, can you see the clear slide thing?
I'm on Zoom right now. I think I exited out of Clear Slide. Hang on.
Okay.
Put it onto the side real quick. Yeah, I don't think I'm in Clear Slide anymore. I'm still on the regular conference too. So should I just exit out of that?
Okay. You can get rid of Webinar Jam right now. Webinar Jam.
All right, so I'm just gonna close out this webinar then. Can you guys hear me? Okay.
I can, yeah.
Okay. I need to figure out how to turn off my mic though. So
you can get rid of Webinar Jam right now. Okay. Oh, this is great. I love it. All right. Alicia, Melissa, how are you? Chris, thank you guys so much. Ashley, Rose, thanks for guys for being flexible on all this stuff. This is it's quite the interesting thing that's going on. So appreciate you guys being flexible. All right. I'm going to share my screen with ClearSlide just in case no one's there. And Katerina will be dialing into this number very shortly. So, and once that's done, we can get along with the demo. So can you all see my slide that says Cat Mango? My screen should say Cat Mango. You see it?
Yes.
Okay, great. All right. When we get started, I'm going to probably mute everybody except for Kat, and then when we do the Q&A, we can pop up all the mics and stuff.
Just that's it.
So let's see, I should probably use my headphones. Well, while we're doing this, tell us where you guys are all from, where you calling in from. What's the good word? How's 2018 going on? I'd love to hear from you guys. Where are you calling in from? Well, while we're doing this, tell us where you guys are all from, where you calling in from. What's the good word? How's 2018 going on? I'd love to hear from you guys. Where are you calling in from?
Pennsylvania, of course. Go Eagles.
Oh, I'm excited. I'll be rooting for the Eagles on Sunday for sure. I'm so sick of, and I'm an underdog. I don't want to call them underdogs. I know that's not the right term, but I don't like it when one team just keeps winning and winning and winning forever. I didn't like the Yankees. What? Sunday for sure. I'm so sick of. I'm an underdog. I don't want to call them underdogs. I know that's not the right term, but I don't like one team just keeps winning and winning forever. That's why I didn't like the Yankees. What? Oh, there's a big echo. All right, so we're just waiting for Katerina to call into this conference line. Once she does that, then everything will be good. So I'm going to be canceling out Webinar Jam here in a second.
Did you check out my cut, Jesse?
Wait. So tell me, what's the reason for the cut?
I'm an Eagles fan, lifetime, baby.
Well, is there a tradition or something? I don't understand.
No, it's the first time in a long time we've been to the Super Bowl. I'm just celebrating.
Oh. I love it, man. What are you doing for the Super Bowl?
Having a party at my place.
That's gonna be sweet, man. It's gonna be a bunch of wild and crazy fans. I thought, man, I can't believe they're still climbing up the poles after they greased all the. And the fact that they knew that was gonna happen is what I think is so funny. Not the fact that they did it.
You see the big thing for the Super Bowl? Pornhub has offered to give the city of Philadelphia 500 gallons of lube.
Oh my God. That is ridiculous, dude. That is absurd, man. All right, let me just keep in contact with Katerina. So I'm hoping she's got my email about what.
I'm here. I don't know if you can hear me.
Oh, great. Hey, Katerina, nice to have you.
Hey,
glad
thank
that
you
we
guys so
finally
much
got
for
it
your
figured out.
patience. I know. I'm so sorry about all of that.
All right, is my screen share good enough, and can everyone see it just fine and everything?
Yep.
Okay, so you're
Let
in
me just
control of the
test it.
slides. And
Yes,
just
I'm
my
in
screen is
control.
being shared. So
Exactly. So let me just test the slide here really quick. Let me know if it changes.
it did change. Yes, there's a little bit of a
Perfect.
lag, I guess. So
Yeah, no worries. I'm going to talk enough to compensate for that lag. So thank you all first of all, for joining. I believe we have how many people? 10, 11? 11
yeah, just
including
about.
myself. Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll be able to walk you guys a little bit through the TapMango platform. I'll keep in mind, quite a few things. We work with over 3,000 businesses. About a third of them are vape shop owners. So we're very, very applicable here, and it's seriously one of the best places to have something like a loyalty program. But just before I begin, can I just ask, take a roll call, see if there are any specific questions or anything that people want me to focus on really specifically, or do you guys just want a general overview of everything?
We moved the meeting to Zoom, so click on that Zoom link before.
Troublemaker here again, Katrina. How are you?
Hey, good. Yourself?
Good.
E-liquid guy.
Yeah. Two questions that I'm looking for specifically, and I
Yeah.
know that in our last conversation when we had the opportunity on the accelerator thing, I was having comparisons to Flock, and you did a good job with that. I'm kind of looking for some comparisons with AppCard.
Great question.
And B, quite honestly, money's always an issue when you're running small volume shops. And what I'm looking for is some questions on, I know you guys have the ability to send emails. What I'm kind of looking for is the platform itself robust enough that I can kind of get rid of what I'm using with Constant Contact right now, understanding that Constant Contact itself isn't that robust, and replace it with this to kind of offset expenses. So I'll let you get to
100%.
that, but those are kind of my two questions.
Absolutely. I'm really glad you brought up Constant Contact. It is one of the most common things we come across because email is seriously an awesome backbone for communication. However, I think they charge like 30, 40 bucks a month to be able to send emails.
Yeah, with my volume, I'm at about 60 bucks a month.
Perfect. So you can totally rest assured that with TapMango, we have an amazingly robust email platform. It goes so far as to be entirely branded to your company. At the very bottom of every email, customers will see, I have, let's say 20 points, and then they'll see all the rewards levels that you've got in place. So they can actually see how far away they are from their next rewards level, which of course encourages more spending and upselling with that as well. So
I'm sorry to interrupt, but on that question then, so right now, one of the reasons I pay what I do for Constant Contact is I've got about 4,000 customers in my Constant Contact database.
Okay.
I don't see every one of them, and nor will every one of them necessarily be joining my TapMango setup. So my question is there the ability to kind of integrate that set of emails in their own category to email to them independently of who signs up for the actual program?
Absolutely. So with TapMango is its own completely separate rewards thing. We have to collect opt-in information or opt-in consent rather for every single person that we send messages to from any business. So that database of 4,000 people, literally a gold mine, we can easily port that over to our system, blast, send an opt-in message, and see who would like to receive messages from your vape shop specifically. Make sense? Okay, perfect. So let me, any other questions that I can address right off the top? No? I think we're good. Okay, awesome. So a little bit of history about the company. A lot of people, when I call them or when they call me, they're like, I've never heard of TapMango. Well, it's because we are an entirely white label loyalty program. And I think we were talking about this a little bit last time, but for those who weren't here, for all the 3,000 plus businesses that we work with, we brand ourselves entirely to look like you guys. So everything from the keychain tags that we give you, the tablet, the mobile app will be your vape shop only, the logo, the color scheme, all of that. That helps dramatically to get people signed up because people are already so hesitant to receive communication. If they know they're receiving it from your shop and your shop only, it really brings down the barriers and gets as many people signed up as possible. We're in over 3,000 businesses across 30 industries. Like I said, vape is by far the biggest industry that we work with. And that's actually one of the reasons why we were featured in USA Today as well. Of course, you know, I'm one of the most biased people that you guys can listen to, but please, please don't take my word for it. Go online, see what people are saying. Compare us to Apicart, Flock, 5 stars, our biggest competitor. We have a perfect 5 out of 5 rating, and I believe we're the top rated loyalty program, if not the top, then one of the top 3 on Capterra. And people flat out say that it increases their sales, it brings them more business, and it's a great experience thanks to the customer service that they see from us. By the way, if anybody has any questions mid-presentation, just feel free to jump in. I'll do my best to answer it. So what you physically get with TapMango, we provide you with the tablet, the mobile app, and the keychain tags. You, of course, as a business owner, have access to the back-end portal, so you'll be able to see reactions to campaigns, how many people checked in, how many new customers you got, and so on and so forth. But everything is totally branded to look like you. Now, some businesses, you know, the check-in process becomes a little funny. For example, Signpost, you can't check in. Flock, you can't really do a check-in, right? It's only by purchase. So we want to make sure that we know exactly when that customer has visited your business. There are 3 different ways that people can sign in. They can punch in their phone number. Really, really easy. Nobody's going to say no. If they're diehard fans of your shop, they're going to want to download your app, and then they can easily just scan it against the tablet, and it registers a check-in for that. And of course, they'll also have a little keychain tag. So this is an example of a keychain tag that I have lying around. So again, totally branded to your business. And these also become awesome cross-promotion tools. So there's going to be a QR code on the back. That's what associates those people with the account. Let's say you go to a vape convention, or let's say you go to a trade show. All you got to do is take a stack of these, preload them with any kind of voucher of your choice, maybe 50% off your first e-liquid or something like that, and hand them out to people as you meet them. It has all your information on the front of the card. So when that customer comes in, they'll scan it against the tablet, punch in their information, and that's a new person in your rewards program. And normally, honestly, to boost signups, we really want to make sure we're offering them something enticing, maybe a certain percentage off their purchase that day. Usually, though, dollar value works best when you're trying to incentivize people to do something. For some reason, $5 off is not near is 10 times more effective than 25% off, even if it's a better discount. Yes, Dave.
Are you saying that you feel it's best to incentivize them immediately or on their next visit? For example, with my current loyalty program, what I do is when they sign up for it, now most often it's in the store, but it can be outside of the store. But when they sign up for it, they get a free 30 ml on their next visit to my store.
Right. So what we want to do is seriously minimize any objection possible to people signing up, because we encounter so many, right? People think to themselves, oh, you know, I don't really have a reason to sign up today. I don't really care to save, you know, $5 off my next visit. People are so much more accustomed to receiving something immediate. They want immediate gratification. So if you give them a small discount off their current visit, yes, it is a good idea to bring them back next time and incentivize them with a discount next time. But that's where the We Miss You campaigns come in, right? We want to make sure that we're getting 70 to 100% of the people that walk through your doors to sign up to your rewards program, because that's how you have control over bringing those people back. So we want to get every person in there. Any other questions about that? No? Okay, perfect. Now, in terms of the actual enrollment process, now I know a lot of the competitors, for example, 5 stars, they give you a tablet, Flock, you got to download an app. Well, we realized that we have to cater to a lot of different people. There's an older demographic who don't like downloading an app. They don't want to fuss around with a tablet, but they might be willing to send a text message. Or there's a younger demographic. They want an app. They want the convenience. We want to cater to everybody and cover your bases. There are 4 different ways people can sign up. They can sign up using the tablet. So they're just going to punch in phone, name, email, birthday for birthday promotions, and then consent, and boom, they're enrolled. They can download the mobile app. Now, full disclosure for vape shops, for whatever reason, the Apple Store tends to reject anything that's related to vape shops for rewards programs. So it would have to be really, I guess, generalized and can't have the word vape in it. But we can help you create a mobile app that would keep it really, really simple. They can also text by enrolling, sorry, they can enroll by texting the name of your business to 40829, and that is another way that they can enroll. And of course, they can also enroll from the website. We'll give you a link to implement that as well. So they can enroll one of 4 ways, but they can't enroll in all 4 ways because we only want them to be able to redeem the sign up incentive one time. So any questions about any of the enrollment processes here? Speak now or forever hold your peace. All right. So let's get into bringing customers back. Now, one of the biggest things, oh, is it showing up a little funny on the screen there? It looks like it's a split screen.
Okay, I can't use it right now. I'm doing a webinar, so I gotta be listening to this, okay?
Thanks, Kyle. All right, awesome. So in terms of bringing customers back, I know vape shops face a couple of really unique problems. First of all, people really easy to go back to smoking. It's just habit, and they'll just drop a vape in a second if they see a pack of cigarettes. So we really want to discourage that. And also there's a lot of competition in this industry, especially in the States. It's growing really, really quickly. Despite the laws, we want to make sure that you're developing a loyal customer base for your own business. Birthday campaigns are a huge way to bring people back, and you don't even have to offer something big. I know with you guys, you can't offer free e-liquid or anything like that, but what we can do is give them, let's say, $5 off a purchase of $10 or more during their birthday week. Tap Mango will automatically send that out as a text message or as an email to make sure that that customer is coming back and at a time when they otherwise might not have come back. We also like to focus on text. Yes, go ahead.
Sorry, just
No
being
worries.
curious. You said as a text message or an email. So let's say when a customer signs up, they give us their phone number and their email address, and we're running, for example, the birthday promotion. Will it show up as both, or will it only show up in one place?
So it'll only show up in one place. And I want to be really clear, there are 3 different ways that customers can actually receive messages from your vape shop. They can get a push notification from the app, they can get a text message, or they can get an email. We don't really like to focus on email because the read or the open rate of those is not nearly as high as text or a push notification. So when a customer signs up to their loyalty program, it'll ask them what their preferred method is, and it'll automatically send it to them. And of course, if you want to override it, you can override it and send it as one or the other, of course. Now, we also have the We Miss You campaigns. These are also really important. I know for vape shops, you want to be bringing people back, let's say, once every couple of weeks, right? So we know that at the 21-day mark, the 3-week mark, there's a chance that that customer might have gone back to smoking or found another vape shop. So what we want to do is send them a message and offer them maybe a slight discount off their next visit, so that they actually come back and purchase from you. And we can set these up at different intervals. Let's say 21 days, 45 days, and then just to be safe, 100 days for the really lost customers. And the offers can get more and more aggressive as they go on. They can also expire. So if you don't want them to be used at any day that they wish, we can say come back within the next 7 days or within the next 3 days and get $3 towards your purchase or $5 towards your purchase. So that's all automated, and that happens from Tap Mango. You guys don't have to lift a finger. Now, for the sales and promotions that you want to run, this is what it would look like. So I know last time we were on, we were talking a little bit about, hosting events or anything like that. You want to let your customers know about this. It's really easy. All you got to do is go to Tap Mango portal, select when you want to send the message. You can do it now or schedule it for a later time. Who you want to send it to, because you can actually group your customers. So I'll get into grouping in a second. How you want to send it. So SMS, email, push notification, you'll have that option. And then you just craft your message and click send. Again, we actually create the email template for you so that at the bottom of every email, customers will know how many points they have, and it still looks like your store. All you got to do is implement the information in there. So it's really, really simple. Any questions about that at all? No? Perfect.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
So, for example, on the We Miss You notifications, And I know you haven't really talked about the grouping yet, but you did a little bit the last time I heard from you. Can you customize the length of time intervals based on your groups, and
Yes.
or is that okay? Okay.
Yeah, 100%. So for example, if you want to have two groups, hobby vapors versus everyday vapors, hobby vapors being the people that like the technicalities, they like to build their own RDAs, mech mods, whatever, you want to maybe make those messages last for a little bit of a shorter period of time. And then the everyday vapor, the people who are like me, just enjoy vaping when it's warm outside, not when it's freezing cold here. You know, maybe you want to make those messages last a little bit longer. So that's a great question. And yes, everything is customizable based on group. Different groups can get different point levels and stuff like that, but I'll get into grouping a little bit towards the end. Now, sorry, go ahead.
Jim was asking, can you, well, actually, here's what we'll do, everybody. We're just going to have a big Q&A at the end so you can get through all the slides. And then, so that's okay. I mean, if there's a, I mean, I don't know. We'll just do the Q&A at the end, but I want to be sure that, just so you know that you're all muted right now. And then when we do the Q&A, you can just remember to unmute yourself. So that's what I wanted to say. So go ahead, Katerina.
All right, thank you. Sorry if I'm missing anybody, by the way. I have a very limited view here. So yeah, we'll do a Q&A at the end. Please write down any questions you have. I want to be really, really thorough. So forgive me, the screen's a little bit choppy here, but it's supposed to say unbelievable customer experience. So we want to really separate you from any competition that exists in your area. We know that psychologically, a customer can be thinking two things when it's time to buy e-liquid. They can go to Vape Shop A or Vape Shop B, and you're Vape Shop B. Guess what? Vape Shop B, you have the opportunity to win something with every single purchase. And again, this happens automatically. So we work with you to determine a really good set of odds, let's say 1 in 5, 1 in 10, 1 in 15, and then a set of prizes, 1 in 5 win 10%, 1 in 15 win a free tank or something like that. And that's the idea behind it, is that customers know that they're going to come to you every time because they have the opportunity to win, right? It's an automated raffle. So it really helps to separate you from the competition, but you can also use it as an upsell tool. So for example, you know, you can win 25% off a purchase of $150 or more. That way that becomes a voucher. It'll expire after, let's say, 7 days, but the customer might want to stock up within that time because it's a discount that's exclusive to them. So you can really manipulate it any way that you'd like. And now for the mobile app. So I don't want to get into this too deeply because, again, it's something that's restricted by the Apple Store, unfortunately. But we can create, for example, if the name of your vape shop is VaporTech, for example, we can create an app that says VTech, and we won't specify that it's for a vape shop anywhere, so it will be a little bit more generalized, but customers can still use it to do the following things. They can check how many points they have. They can sign in by scanning the QR code. They can see how many points they are away from the next rewards level, where your shop is. We can even have a custom page in here that links to your website so people can browse the website from within the app. It really becomes a one-stop shop for your customers, and it's a huge convenience thing. And then we also have a feature where they can load their wallet. So I'm sure it looks like there aren't too many ladies on here, but I'm sure that most of you are Starbucks drinkers, or you've at least come across the Starbucks app. One of the things that made them so successful is that people could preload money to the business and then actually use it to pay every time they came in. So when someone preloads money to your business, they become tethered. And I'll get into why they're going to want to load money in a second. But again, when they're tethered to your business, there's no chance of them going elsewhere to, either buy a pack of cigarettes or, maybe go to another vape shop or anything like that.
I load money on my card, and it totally helps me go in there to Starbucks. Real quick, is there a restriction in the Android app market for that?
No, there isn't.
Okay, so Android phone. So the Android app is, if you have Android, you can count on it actually working for more Android phones. Okay.
Yes, yeah, it'll work still with the iPhone app, but if we're going to create an app for you, we want it to be really general so that it doesn't get rejected, and we only want one app that'll go across both platforms. So yeah, now normally I ask if you guys are familiar with geofencing, but it's kind of hard to take a general response here. So normally this is what we do. The tablet and the mobile app actually communicate with each other. we work with you to determine a really good kind of radius. So if you're in a busy area, it might be a little bit of a smaller radius, let's say half a mile, quarter of a mile. If you're in a wider space, not too many things around you, we'll make the radius a mile, 2 miles. Whenever somebody that has downloaded the mobile app is passing through that radius, they're going to get counted. When they get to, let's say, 20 passes, 25 passes without actually coming in, we know that they've been passing by and they've been skipping your store. So we're going to send them a message, again, text, email, or push notification, that's going to say drop in within the next couple of hours and receive 10% off your purchase. So again, this is a great way to bring in people who are in your vicinity and for whatever reason just not popping in. And it's not going to be the biggest selling feature by any means. You're not going to make hundreds from this feature, but it's going to bring in those 2 to 3 people a month that for whatever reason are skipping over your shop. Now, we also have a feature called Instant Deal. I would love to be able to send it to all of you, but I think it's honestly going to take a solid 10 minutes. So this is essentially what would happen. Let's say you want to run a promotion. For vape shops, the payment processor that we use, it's called Stripe. Again, their regulations make them not accept payment for vape shops. So what we could do is run it through our TapMango generalized Stripe account. And what would happen is, let's say you want to run a promotion this weekend, load $20 of in-store credit, get 25. So we'll run a promo to your customers detailing that exactly. They can actually click a link in the text message and it'll take them to where they can input their credit card info and you get that money right away. So it becomes really easy to actually get customers to preload money. They don't have to have the app to preload money. And again, you're keeping them tethered to your business because they're getting discount of store credit, but you're getting immediate revenue. And then points are super native to any loyalty program. But the cool thing is that we actually employ smart points. So a lot of other loyalty programs will do a 1-to-1 ratio. I think I talked about this last time, so forgive me if I sound repetitive, but we really want to stray away from that. We want customers to feel like they're getting more points for every single dollar that they spend. So normally we'll do a ratio of like $1 is 15 points. When they reach a certain point level, then they can redeem it for certain discounts. But in the meantime, what we can do is we can offer them, let's say, double the points on Cloudy e-liquid, or if you have a flavor that's not selling, you have a clearance bin, instead of discounting it and slashing your prices like crazy, put it on double the points and it'll bring people in and get them to literally change their purchasing habit just because they're going to get closer to another discount level. And of course, we can also employ like a punch card system here. So if you guys are fans of like buy 9, get the 10th free, or get the 10th 90% off, or whatever it has to be for vape shops, we can do that as well. Now, friend referrals are also a really huge part of any vape shop. The first vape shop I ever went to buy my own vape was because my colleague told me about it. So it really is a word of mouth based business, and it's honestly huge because you guys are so limited in terms of what you can do with advertising. So here's what we'll do. I'm sure a lot of you are probably familiar with Uber's friend referral system, and Uber has a killer friend referral system. So we actually modeled our technologies to be the exact same as theirs. So every single customer will get a message after they visit you, maybe once every 5th visit or once every 10th visit, and it'll say refer one friend and get $10 towards your next purchase, and your friend will get $10 towards their next purchase. We can totally customize what the discount is, but just for the sake of the demo, I'll say $10. And what they'll get is a custom referral link. So they can take that referral link and text it to their friends, post it on Facebook, post a picture of their vape on Instagram, and then in the caption write, use my code to get $10 off at X vape shop. And the exposure here is huge. Traditional friend referrals, you get maybe 2-3 people, but with a link that you can copy, paste, and share to hundreds of people at a time, and it has an incentive attached to it, you're sure to get tons of new customers walking into your business. And we actually had a vape shop be very, very successful with this quite recently. He upped his friend referrals to $10, and we did a huge blast. He had a database of, I think, 2,000 people, and he was able to see like a couple dozen new customers in a span of, I think, 48 hours or something like that. So it can be very successful depending on the reward that you set it up with. And Facebook is also huge as well for exposure. So something that a lot of our vape shops love to do is the following. They'll give their customers, let's say, 10 points or $5 off their purchase if they post a photo of themselves blowing a huge cloud or showing off their new vape to all their Facebook friends. And this can all be done from the tablet. So there's a button on the tablet that says post to Facebook. Customers are able to click it, post a photo of themselves to their Facebook page where they have hundreds of friends in your area who might not know about your business. And now it becomes a literal like word of mouth advertisement for you, because we will actually link it to your business, and now their friends know exactly where to go to get those products. And it can be done for something as small as, like I said, 10, 15 points. It's a huge way to bring new customers in.
Do vape shops ever use this for a quit smoking campaign, the cigarette trade-in thing? Hey, I traded in my cigarettes today and got a free starter kit, or just 90% off starter kit or something like that?
Absolutely. And that's actually, like, we can predetermine the captions that are on here. So most vape shops, what'll happen is we predetermine 3 captions so that when the customer posts the photo to Facebook, it becomes much faster. They select one of the predetermined captions, and one of them is almost always quit smoking today, or got rid of my pack today, or something like that, or made the switch. So it really does become like a quit smoking campaign, which is positive for the vape industry, and the vape industry definitely needs a little bit of positivity injected to it for sure. And then here we have the online reviews as well. So I don't know if you guys ever do this, but when customers are checking out, the first vape shop that I ever went to, he was like, hey, if you post a review to Yelp right now, I can give you 10% off your purchase. And I totally did it, because who wouldn't want something like that? So we want to automate that process so that, you know, your employees don't have to think about it with every single, you know, transaction. So we'll email or text your customers after their visit, and we're going to ask them one simple question. First of all, the subject line is going to be get 10% off your next purchase, or get 200 points for taking this 30-second survey. They click, and the survey will ask them, on a scale of 0 to 10, how likely are you to recommend X vape shop to a friend based on your experience? If they give you a 9 or a 10, we know they're going to give you 5 stars online. So we will automatically send them an email back asking them to please post their review to Yelp or Google, which will ultimately increase the number of positive reviews and help amazingly with search engine optimization too. So the more online reviews you have, the higher chances you'll come up first in search engines. But
We also get questions about, well, what if my competitors giving me, you know, submitting bad reviews intentionally to discredit me? This is how you battle that. You just crush them. You bury all those with 5-star reviews.
Exactly.
That's the other reason you want to do that.
Exactly. And we're vetting these people before we direct them. So there's one of 2 ways they can go. They can go online, and that's only for the people that give you a 9 or a 10. And then there's people that are going to give you, for whatever reason, a 0 to a 6. You know, sometimes people get a little bit irrational. So we want to make sure that everybody's, you know, really accounted for. So anybody that gives you a 0 to a 6, we send them an email back, and it's going to say, we're so sorry you didn't have a great experience. Please let us know what went wrong. And also, here's, you know, a 10% discount for your next visit. Let us make right by you. You, as the business owner, will receive an immediate notification, so you can reach out personally, figure out what happened, and really get to the root of the problem, so that you're preventing that customer from going online, most importantly, number 1, and also getting them to come back and not blacklist your business forever. So it's a really awesome way to keep track and make sure that, you know, like Jesse said, you're drowning out any of the negative reviews and posting only the best reviews possible online. And I know you guys are probably wondering, well, what if people figure out, if they leave me a negative review, will they catch on that they're getting 10% every time? We can actually group them. So when they redeem that 10% off purchase, they're grouped into another group that will prevent them from getting, you know, any discounts in the future for negative reviews. So it really can't be abused. Now I want to touch really quickly on 2 things. So first of all, targeted campaigns. Huge thing here, again, like I said, you have your hobby vapors, who are the people who really care about the technicalities of vaping, and then you've got your everyday vapors, which is what I would consider myself, the people who buy the box mods, who really, you know, don't care to fidget with the little itty bitty pieces of coil or anything like that. They just want to vape and enjoy it. So it wouldn't make sense to send a promo for an ohm reader to someone like myself. So you really want to make sure you're segmenting your customers as much as possible, so that if you have a promo for something that would apply to a certain group of people, they're receiving it. And that's going to be the ultimate way that you're upping, you know, the number of people that you're bringing in from that campaign. Also, you don't want to piss off people if they're receiving too many promotions. This is an awesome way to make sure that they're receiving only stuff that applies to them. So they're really going to appreciate that as well. And then let's say, you know, a customer comes in and their favorite flavor is sold out. You want to make sure that you can contact them, but you don't want to waste time playing phone tag. Again, text is an awesome way to reach them because it has a virtually 100% open rate. So you can easily just go to your Tap Mango service desk, find the customer by name or phone number, and send them a quick message. It'll show up as a text to their phone, which they can then respond to. And that's seriously taking customer service to the next level. It really helps you to have full control over your business and what your customers are looking for, essentially.
So you can literally text your customers and like as if you're just texting from their phone.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my God.
You don't want to do it from your phone though, right? Because work-life balance.
Right.
So this is an awesome way to really keep stuff work-related. And we can also have it so that, let's say, you know, every time a customer signs up, they'll automatically get a text from this phone. And this is a short code, basically, that'll say, any questions, just text us. That way, any inquiries that your customers may have, rather than going to Google, finding your phone number, they can easily just text it. And the convenience of that is something that every single person out there will appreciate.
So how does it handle different threads though? If you have talking with like 20 different customers at once, you can reply to just single text messages?
Yeah, this is the individualized text messaging. So you'll have a list of conversations, much like in your phone, you have a list of conversations of people by name. You'll have a list of conversations in your service desk that you can then go to, and it'll show a notification if you have an unread message.
Wow, that's unheard of. I mean, what business can you think of right now that you can text and talk to the owner or the manager right now? I can't think of one.
Other than the store that I used to work for, but that's only because I have her person. You really can't do it. And again, huge to separate you from the competition. And can you imagine, you know, if somebody's driving down a street, there's a vape shop that's close to them and yours is just a little bit further down a street, and they're thinking to themselves, which one of them has the flavor that I'm looking for? They can easily text you and you've got that business over the vape shop that ended up being closer to them. So again, convenience is really key, and it's how you're going to make the most money possible. Now, I just want to touch on what our customer service is like. So I know that there was, you know, a ton of features thrown at you guys today. I know I'm going to deal with a ton of questions in a second, but I want to reassure you that we seriously do have the best customer success team out there. You can go online. Don't take my word for it. Go online, check us out on Capterra. Everybody is raving about their account managers because we set you up with one person. You're not going to be, you know, dialing another country or dealing with 15 different people trying to resolve one issue. It's one person assigned to you, and they actually do monthly account monitoring. They design the whole program to look like you. They are your tech support and your marketing partner, and they seriously are there for you literally 24/7. And we also give you unlimited calls and emails to your reps, so you'll never get charged for asking a question or anything crazy like that. But yeah, we have full 24/7 support, so you'll never, ever, ever be stuck. They can even go so far as, if it's really busy, you know, Small Business Saturday is coming up, you want to run a promo, just give them a call, tell us what you want to, you know, blast your customers, and we'll draft a message for you and just send it to you so that you can make sure you're happy with it. Did we want to answer questions before I get into pricing or after I get into pricing?
Let's do questions right now, and just remind yourself, just unmute yourself, and you can ask, or you can ask in the chat, and I can, it's probably better if you just type it in chat, and then I'll unmute you if you have any further questions. So we'll start with Ashley. I think we kind of already went over this, but she's like, do these offers expire for birthday rewards? Like, can you have an expiring offer if you have a birthday reward or we miss you incentive? So they have to come in with a certain window.
Absolutely. That's the whole
Okay.
goal, is we want to make sure they're coming in ASAP. Normally, the default is that it's set to 7 days. So you can make it 3, you can make it today, you can make it 24 days, whatever you want.
And then Jim is asking, if I were to change from AppCard, how can he change over his points, convert his points
Absolutely.
over?
So all we would need, it's called a CSV file. It's really easy to extract from AppCard. If you need help doing it, you can give us your AppCard login credentials and we can do it for you. But we're able to port over literally everything from the customer's name to the number of points. And if you wanted to change from a 1-to-1 conversion to 1-to-15 conversion, we can do that for you as well. So nobody's going to lose points. You're not going to be dealing with any unhappy customers. It's basically going to look like a huge upgrade to your business.
Awesome. Yeah, if anyone has any questions, you can literally raise your hand like this, or you can type it in the chat, and this is the time to ask if you have specific questions, and I'll unmute you and you can talk to Katerina. But if we don't have any questions, then we can move on to what this costs. And, before we go into that, I want to remind people that you have to think about this from your customer lifetime value perspective. And maybe Katerina, you can go into this, but, you're going to look at, you're going to see, what this costs you. And you might think, oh my gosh, like, wow, that's an investment, but that's exactly what it is. First of all, it is an investment in your business. But secondly, ask yourself, how much value would it create to your business, and how many more customers could you gather by having that Facebook feature and that refer a friend feature and that collecting money before they even come into your shop feature? And think about the return on investment that way, because, it's easy to get caught up in the hard costs of things, but you have to think about it. We always talk about that, the customer lifetime value, and there's the 3 ways to grow a business, which I don't know if you've seen that in our Facebook group, but it's
I saw a
get
blog
more customers.
today.
Yeah, get more customers, increase the average order value, and increase the frequency of purchase. This does all 3 of those things. So this by itself can grow your business. I guarantee it. If you implement all of these features, you're going to see results. And the number one reason I'll let you go after this is why I love this is because as a marketing technology expert, I'm the guy at Vape Mentors that has to figure out, okay, we have all these different things, all these different inputs and all these different outputs. How do we get all the inputs into one place, and how do we put the outputs all into the people that need to get them, right? And it's all about segmenting and making sure the people that need to get the message are getting the right message, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so you want to have a singular place for that, a hub where all that takes into place. You get the inputs and the outputs in one spot. We use ActiveCampaign for that reason, but we have an online model. This is your hub for everything. I mean, this can be, and maybe we can go over an email and how it looks like that and everything, but this will let you send emails. This will let you send text messages. This will be the thing that puts people on Facebook. It'll encourage them to get reviews on Yelp and Google. Imagine trying to do all that by yourself without some sort of main tool to manage it, right? Plus, it'll integrate with your POS system so that you can know what people purchased. Just think about how much effort that would take to integrate all that stuff. If you would have to duct tape some monstrous thing together, and you have to pay for a full-time person just to manage it, and that's the number one thing I think of. Like, this solves so many different problems. It's just amazing. So that's what I wanted to say.
Yeah, and thank you so much for that. You literally capped it perfectly. Let's just, honestly, if we look at some simple math, I want to be really, really frank and honest. One customer, how much is it typically worth to a vape shop? Just one customer lifetime value.
Well, anywhere between, we've had numbers between $250 and $500 a year is what people have calculated.
Perfect. So let's be super conservative and look at 1 year, and the lowest end, let's say $250, right? If we do this friend referral, we're sending it to every single customer that visits you. So let's say that's, again, very conservatively, 10 people a day, right? 10 people a day are getting this message, and they're thinking to themselves, I can get $10 off my next purchase. If one of those people sends a blast text with your link, and only one of their friends catches on and signs up and becomes a loyal customer at your business, that covers $250 of acquisition, right? So that customer is now worth $250 to you, and that's a customer that you otherwise wouldn't have had. Again, a lot of businesses do friend referrals themselves. They use cards and they get them to hand them out to people. A card's going to go to 1 to 2 people max. This maximizes your exposure like crazy because it's one link and it has a dollar value associated with it, which is seriously the most important part. I hear somebody else. Does anybody else have a question?
Yeah. So Jim says that if you have 20,000 app card members, how hard would this CSV change process be?
Super easy. It's a spreadsheet that we just poured over to TapMango, and all the information is there. I just want to touch on the integration. I see Firaz asked a question. Is it integrated with POS? Clover POS we are fully integrated with. It's a very good integration. What happens is these are the main point of sale systems that we're deeply integrated with. Lightspeed, Clover, Vend, Square, and MindBody. Those are the big ones that we're integrated with. And then everything else, we've developed a standalone system that works really well. If you have a PC-based point of sale system, you can download our Tap Mango app on there, and that becomes your way to basically integrate it. And then I see Kyle's been wanting to ask a question for a while. Yes, go ahead.
So you guys do offer like support for other POS systems, such as like ShopKeep and stuff like that?
Yes, most of the vape shops that we work with use ShopKeep. I believe recently another vape shop owner was telling me that they were purchased by Clover, so there may be some integration there in the future. But if you have a PC there, it's really easy. You can just download the Tap Mango app on the PC, and then you'll be able to assign points that way. But
yeah, so we actually use iPads. We just use the integrated iPad app with ShopKeep and everything, so that would integrate just fine with customers' purchases and stuff like that.
So what would happen is the tablet is on a specific stand that basically flips 180. The only thing you would need to worry about is really just telling us how much money that customer spent. So let's say I come in, I make a $30 purchase, you flip the tablet, you don't have to move the stand or anything, it just is on a special stand, flip it back to face you, type in 30, and I automatically get the points that I deserve. If I want to redeem something, I just click redeem on my end, you confirm it on yours, and it's done. Everything else is automated. Friend referrals are automated. Emails, texts, all that stuff is totally automatic.
Okay. For just standalone texts, so not doing like a campaign or anything, if we're just doing, like a normal sale, like on a weekend or something, we just want to blast it out to everyone. How many texts do you guys have in your package just for like a single location?
So single location, very basic package, we include 1,000 for free. Anything over that is 2 cents per text message. And then after you get to 3,000 text messages, it drops to 1 cent, but we do have other options, and I'd want to go into that. It's a little bit more in depth. So if we want to talk one-on-one, we can do that as well.
Okay, that's up there. You said the 1 cent was over 3,000?
Yes, so 1,000 free, the next 2,000 you're paying 2 cents for, and then when you get to 3,000, you drop to 1 cent.
Okay, so when you get it to a total, I guess 4,000 with the 1,000 free, that's when it would drop down to a penny.
Exactly.
Okay, gotcha. Now, I know that some customers, like, obviously there's a lot of them that like, either a text message or a push notification through the app. Some of them even do prefer emails. However, there is also a lot of those customers that they want nothing. They just want to come into the shop, put in a phone number, and get some points and get some, discounts later down the road. What kind of benefits could you segregate just for those customers that don't want any, they're opting out of all text messages, stuff like that? Is there a way to like set up like a reward when they come in, they'll just find out when they put in their information or something like that?
Yeah, so let's say somebody, just to clarify, your question is, I'm not opted into any messaging from you. I have no idea how many points I have. I really don't care to know. I just want to know when I'm actually visiting you. Is that correct?
Right. Basically, they just come in, they put in a phone number, and they don't want to hear from us at all inside the shop.
Perfect. So this is what happens. When I come in, I punch in my phone number if I don't have a tag or a mobile app, and it's going to pull up everything that's available to me. Let's say I have 3,000 points, which means I can redeem $5 off. That's considered a voucher, and Tap Mango automatically loads that when I reach 3,000 points. So that happens for everything. If I have a birthday promotion, that will automatically get loaded on. Even if I'm not receiving texts and emails from you guys, I can still get that birthday promo just by logging into the system.
And you can still, and even with those promotions, like, so since they're not getting a notification of, hey, it's your birthday, use this within 7 days, that you can still set like expiration dates on those promos, just like everything else.
Absolutely. So it's only one. Yeah, it's only one voucher. The system works based off of triggers and actions. The trigger would be 7 days before a customer's birthday, and the action would be assign voucher, and then the voucher would be set to expire in 7 days. The voucher is, let's say, $5, and that we can either notify them if they want to receive emails and texts, or we won't notify it. It's still loaded as a voucher onto the account.
Okay. What about like return merchandise? Someone buys something, they accrue points for it, they accrue some reward, and they want to return the merchandise. How does that work with integration, I guess?
So without integration, all you would do is redeem the points. If you have integration like Clover or Lightspeed or something like that, it's automatically taken off. But let's say like I came in, I returned, I don't know, a $30 product that I bought. All you would do is just redeem $30 worth of points for me.
Okay.
On your merchant end.
Gotcha. I guess one last question. I think you mentioned you mentioned you guys have the Yelp and Google reviews kind of all automated. When they open up their email, is the actual review, is that integrated in the email, or is it a link to go to our Google My Business page or my Yelp page to leave the review?
Good question. So this is a little bit more in depth. So this is the exact process. I get let's say an email from you guys, and it's going to ask me on a scale of 0 to 10. I give you a 9 or a 10. It'll send me an email back. Or sorry, in the initial email after I put the 9 or 10, I'll have a space to put comments. Most people are going to say, like, honestly, most people respond saying, loved your service, loved your business, whatever. When I get that email back asking me to post it to Yelp or Google, I'm going to see that text from my comment box because we automatically put it in there. And all I have to do is actually copy it, click the Yelp link, and paste it. So it's a really, really easy process.
So they don't have to, so in the comment box that they're typing in after the, I rated this a 9. Hey, great customer service, great products. I love coming here. They get a link. It says post this to, Yelp or Google. And that's all they have to click, and then it actually just posts it.
Exactly.
Okay. And then are they still clicking like the star rating, I guess, even when they're on that page?
Yeah, they would have to essentially. But if they're giving you a 9 or a 10 and they left a comment saying, loved your service, Kyle, it was amazing.
Right.
I'm copy pasting that text from the email that it was sent to me in. I'm going to Yelp, for example. I click 5 and I just paste it and I'm done.
Gotcha. Okay. And then there's still a way, and I think you mentioned there was a way to, for like any review or any ratings that was on a, 0 to 6 or whatever, to set up like a one-time, hey, let's make it right. Let's show you why we're the shop to choose from. This kind of thing.
Exactly. And to really supplement that, you as a business owner are going to get a notification so you can reach out to that customer personally.
Gotcha. So as far as transferring the points, the CSV sounds pretty simple. CSVs are very, simple in nature, I guess, so it makes sense. As far as like, are all those customers going to have to re-opt in?
That's a really good question. So we are one of the only loyalty programs on the market that says that the information that you collect is yours and only yours. Anybody else, AppCard, Flock, 5 Stars, Signpost, whoever, they actually collect opt-in information for their program. So in short, yes, we would have to get people to re-opt in, but we can send a blast opt-in message by all 3 notification preferences so that we're getting as many people opted in as possible. And let's say if for whatever reason ignored the opt-in message, when I come into the store and I'm putting my phone number into the tablet, it'll pull up my name. It'll just ask me to consent to receiving messages there.
So it's super easy. So, as we, if we, made a transition and then they just have to come in, it would just be a one push button on this tablet, and then they'd be getting all their normal stuff that they're expecting like we did before.
Exactly. It's really easy to do. And the nice thing is when TapMango collects the opt-in information for you, we're not collecting it for TapMango, we're collecting it for your vape shop. So now you are the legal owner of that opt-in info. If you need to use it for anything else, if for whatever reason you decide to switch to another loyalty program, that belongs to you and you can use that.
Gotcha. Okay. I think that wraps up my questions for now. So
cool. Awesome. Now I think Dave, you have 3 questions when you're up. Yep.
Yeah, Dave, if you're there, man, go for it. If you can, I'll unmute you. Unmute yourself. Oh, there you go.
Okay, there we go. All right, so question number 1, we had talked about if you wanted to run a promotion for pre-purchasing and kind of tethering money to the store, spend $20, get $25 in store credit. The 2 questions I have in regards to that are, number 1, would it show up then on their app when they come in the store that they have that store credit? Is that how it would show up?
So it would show up, again, as a voucher. So if they have the app, that's awesome. They can keep track of their wallet balance. If they don't have the app, again, we recognize not everybody is going to want to go through downloading an app. It'll get loaded on to the rewards account with your business. So let's say I pre-purchased that $20 for $25 in store credit. When I come in, it shows that that's there, and I would click redeem, and you would manually apply it towards my purchase. Most, if not all, point of sale systems have the option to create a button. And what you would do is our customer service team would instruct you how to do this, but you create a button that says TapMango Money, and that's how you're able to allocate the funds and balance your float at the end of the day.
Okay. And then along the same line, same question with that, you had said because of the whole Stripe processing thing, it goes through as a general TapMango purchase. Assuming you guys are taking or Stripe is charging you like a 2 or 2.5% fee. So if they buy $20, we're going to get that $20 into our account minus that 2 or 2.5%, something like that.
So Awesome question. Tap Mango does not take a cut of this whatsoever. It's only Stripe, and their card not present processing fee is 2.9%. So on a $20 transaction, less 2.9%, you'd be getting $19.42. But for the convenience of having that customer preload, it's absolutely amazing. And we would transfer that money to your account because we basically become the middleman. We don't charge anything for it, but it comes to our Stripe account first, and then we send it to you.
Okay. Is there a limit on the number of groups that you have as far as trying to dial in and categorize your customer? And can customers be in multiple groups?
Absolutely. So you can have groups for, like I said, hobby vapor versus everyday vapor. Then you can have groups based on what kind of flavors they like, decadent versus more, fruity flavor, so that you can send proper promos, and you can, put people in as many different groups as you like. And no, there is no limit to how many groups you have. I mean, obviously, it defeats the purpose if you're going to have 2,000 different groups, but there is no limit to it. No.
Okay. Then it looks like there's two more questions. So when we enter into a Tap Mango system, it has its rewards levels and whatever. For example, with my current rewards system, we do have the check-ins on Flock like you were talking about. And one of the things that I've set up is over the time that we've been using it, customers reach a certain rewards level. So if they've checked in a certain number of times, they're at the point where every time they come into the shop and make a $50 purchase, they get a free 30 ml bottle of liquid. That may not be necessarily something I'm going to set up on Tap Mango going forward. It may or may not be, but let's say I don't have that option going forward. Is it something that we can create a small subgroup for just those people that already have that current reward so they don't see a detriment with this move?
Yes, absolutely. And speaking of that touches on a great point. There's a couple of ways that you can actually assign points to customers. You can do it by check-in, so customers can flat out just get 5 points for every time they visit you. When they accrue 25 points, they can redeem it for something. Normally, I don't recommend that, just because, especially in a vape shop, you guys have so many different price points. I can come in and make like a $15 purchase, or I can come in and make a $250 purchase. So you really want to make sure that you're encouraging customer spending by assigning points for every single dollar that they spend. That way, like I said, if I have 20 points and I see that I'm only 5 points away from actually getting a $2 or $5 discount on my purchase, I'm going to do something to actually spend that extra 3 points to get to that rewards level.
Okay. And then my last question is actually kind of a sneaky question, having to do with the geo-targeting. Can you set up multiple geo-targets? And here's my specific question. Can I set up a very narrow geo-target that if I see my customer within a quarter mile of a competitor's vape shop 5 times, then it sends them an offer for my shop?
Very sneaky, maybe illegal, I don't know, but we can't do it. So basically, the way that it works is it's just your tablet that's in store senses when the app is nearby your store. So it's individualized to you and you only. Can't do anything about competitors in that case, but there is all the other things that'll help you take care of customers coming to you versus a competitor.
Okay. I think that gets my initial questions out of the way. I think it's definitively going to be something that, based on this, I'm going to want to set up an independent time for you and I and my manager to go over the offering in more detail so that we can get some more of these questions answered. But I appreciate your time today.
Absolutely. I appreciate your questions.
Thanks so much, Dave. I just want to I'd like to get to the rest of the presentation, I think. Do you have something you wanted to say, Katrina?
Yeah, I just wanted to touch on Kyle's question, the follow-up on Dave's question. Could customers purchase credit for another customer? You can't purchase store credit for another customer via Stripe, for example. We can't assign it to other people's accounts, but the keychain tags can be used as gift cards if you don't already have gift cards. So you would just assign a dollar value to them, and then the person would give it to their friend, and they would create a new account using that.
Cool. Yeah, and Katrina, one of the ways that you guys help people, switch over to Tap Mango is you set up personal one-on-one meetings, and you can maybe talk about that concierge type service too. So with that, I think we can get on to the rest of it, and then we'll try to wrap it up. And if anybody has any further questions, I think they can just set up a meeting with you one-on-one.
Yeah, I would love that. So I completely forgot, honestly, that we didn't do pricing. So let me show you guys what it looks like. So this is it here. The subscription rate is $189 a month, totally flat. We don't charge for redemptions or anything like that. As I mentioned, what's included in this package is 1,000 free text messages a month and 10,000 free emails. Another thing I want to mention with regards to the text messaging, if somebody downloads the app, anything that would come to them normally as a text message, we redirect it as a push notification so that it doesn't get counted towards your texts and they still receive that message. So that's automatically done for you. But we also include 10,000 free emails, everything I showed you guys today. And it's on a no contract basis, so you won't get charged if for whatever reason, you have to put the account on pause or you have to cancel it. There's no cancellation fee ever. And that really stands as our kind of guarantee to you guys. We know that if you're not in the plus every single month, you're going to cancel, and we'd much rather keep your business than let you go. So that is basically your guarantee that we're going to do everything we can every month to make sure that every feature is bringing you as much revenue as possible. There is a one-time setup fee, and that is a fee of $500. It includes 500 of the keychain tags, the tablet, the stand that we send to you, all of the design customization. It includes the mobile app that we create for you for both Apple and Android, and all of the consultation and training that we do upon setup. So we literally go so far as to, I want to say start from scratch, but we really do have the data of over 900 vape shops that are signed up with us. So we could tell you the best practices that they're doing in terms of points and stuff like that, what's working for them and what their customers are redeeming. And we're able to kind of, apply that to your account as well. We do have some options in terms of pricing if you have more than, let's say, 3 locations. And we do have a little bit of a break on the setup fee depending on how soon you guys are looking at getting signed up. But that's what I would want to set up the one-on-one meetings for. So Jesse, do you have any ideas on how we can kind of go about setting those up?
If you want to, well, I guess you could either email me, jesse@vapementors.com, and I can send it along to Katarina, or would they be emailing you directly to Katarina? Is that okay?
Yeah, they can email me directly. I'm sure you guys can see my very long name on the screen. So katarina.rajek, and then it's going to be at tapmango.com. So tapmango.com.
Just make sure you mention that you heard about us from Vape Mentors, if you would. That helps us out. I don't know. I mean, I've had nothing but great experiences with Tap Mango and heard nothing but good things, and I can definitely speak for their customer service based on the experience I've had with Katrina and your friend over there, Jessica, who I've been dealing with as well. So it's been one of the easiest partners we've ever had to partner up with, and we go on and on, but I think we've answered everybody's questions, and I hope we have. And so, if you guys want to get 2018, you want to kick ass this year, which I think we will. If you do this, I think this is going to be a good head start, whether you're new in an established shop. I just can't stop thinking and saying enough about what Tap Mango can do. And I think we're going to be doing a couple more presentations about some more in-depth features about what vape shops have done specifically with Tap Mango. And we're going to talk about that later on. But that's basically it, unless you have anything else, Katrina.
Absolutely. I mean, honestly, I just wanted to thank everybody for their time. I know it was a little bit of a hassle in the beginning to get logged on, but I appreciate everybody who still came through. And I would love to answer any questions. I want to be as thorough as possible. And, if you guys want to actually get opinions from other vape shop owners like yourself, unfortunately, I couldn't get anybody on the demo today, but easily just go to capterra.com and just type in vape, and you'll be able to see on our Tap Mango page the business owners that vouch for us, and you can pick up the phone and give them a call yourself and see what they think. So yeah, if you would just share the screen there and show them how to do it.
That's a good idea.
I thought that's what you were doing. Sorry.
I was gonna put the link in the chat, but I'm like, well, I forgot to share my screen. Let's see here, vape.
Oh, sorry. Type in Tap Mango, and then on the Tap Mango page. So here, you'll be able to see it's riddled with vape shop owners that are talking about their experience. But if you scroll down and you just control find vape or VAP, tons of vape shop owners come up. So there are people that have multiple locations. There are people that are one location. A lot of people that can relate to you
Yeah.
guys.
Yep. I'm going to post this in the Facebook chat. There's a couple other people in the group who use Tap Mango. And even a guy who was supposed to be on here, Jimmy Woodley, who was in the group. So
I think he left us a review, actually.
Oh, he did. Awesome. Yeah.
I recognize the name, so possibly, yeah.
So if you don't know what I mean by the group is the Grow Your Vape Business by Vape Mentors. So we have a bunch of other vape shops and e-liquid companies in there. We were talking about Tap Mango in there the other day too. So anyway, please email me or Katerina, and let's get a meeting set up with you guys. And that's basically it. I really, really appreciate your time today, Katerina, and I hope we can do it again pretty soon here.
Awesome. Thank you guys all so much for coming. It was a pleasure. And I look forward to speaking to you guys one-on-one. So go ahead and email myself or Jesse, and we'll get something set up.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, guys. Have a great
Thank you.
weekend.
Go.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye.